we have two quick things to discuss. The first is the schedule in regards to multiplayer games, and the second is the streak. Let's be very frank. The streak has been in jeopardy many times in the last several weeks. But originally, it was in jeopardy usually when I was playing a game that was like a slower game that I knew not a lot of people were like into. Like, for example, if I was playing Dragon Age Veilguard, right? And I'm not getting a lot of people on those streams. So it gets close with support, and then all of a sudden, usually someone will support it by the end of the stream, and the streak has continued, correct? But now, yesterday, first day using my new capture and streaming setup, right? And I wanted to really push it to its limits, so that's why I actually played the games that I played. I played Call of Duty Black Ops 6 multiplayer, and I played Street Fighter 6. And the reason I did that is because those games have tons of stuff going on. They're very graphically intensive, right? They are. They're intensive games. So that gives me an opportunity to see, hey, how are these going to test out, right? And that's why I played them. And by the way, I had a decent time playing them. With Call of Duty, I was frustrated because by the last half hour, the connections had degraded and hit detection was just atrocious, you know? And this sadly happens with Call of Duty, is that it might start off good, but then you start getting a series of bad matches because of the crappy skill-based matchmaking, then you get frustrated. That's like par for the course for Call of Duty, okay? So, by the end of Call of Duty yesterday, we only had around 50 bucks of support. And I said, well, I don't want to play this for another half an hour and be all pissed off. Let's just chill. So I stopped playing and we hung out for like 30, 40 minutes. And then guess what? We hit the goals. Okay? So what that tells me is it wasn't that people don't like the content. It's that they didn't want to see Call of Duty. You guys are getting tired of it. All right? Because if we're just hanging out and people talk and then support, that's a lot better than me forcing myself to play a game that's frustrating me because it's not very good online, and you know, that you'd rather just chill and talk, and I'm okay with that, right? So then last night, Street Fighter 6, kind of the same deal. So I start playing it, and at first I suck. The game's been rebalanced. They have a new balance patch, and I'm trying to learn all these changes that they did. Certain characters like Aki and stuff are much better now, and I'm like, okay, well, I got to learn all this new stuff. And basically, I played for about an hour and a half. And I actually started doing much better. Like, I was going on win streaks, and I was coming back and doing better. And there was about a half an hour left on stream, and I had raised $10. Okay? And I'm like, well, you know, this is telling me that people are saying they don't want Street Fighter 6. You know, if you wanted Street Fighter 6, you would be supporting it, and you'd be engaging. That was the other thing. No one was engaging at all. People in the chat were talking about completely unrelated topics. No one was paying attention to the gameplay. No one was even talking about Street Fighter. And the best comparison I can make here, it completely gave me a throwback reminder of what was happening when I played Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It was the same as that stream that I did that day, where no one on stream was paying any attention whatsoever to the game, nor did they care about it. And I'm like, well, if that's the case, right, then I think that we should just stop playing this and let's just hang out. And we did. I literally stopped playing Street Fighter 6, and I sat here for about another 40 minutes, and I just hung out and talked with everyone, and guess what? We hit the goal. All right? So this is telling me that right now I feel like basically you don't care about the multiplayer stuff. And I understand that. Like, Call of Duty I've been playing now for like a month and a half, almost 2 months. Street Fighter 6 I've been playing for a year and a half, and it's not like anything significantly new is being added. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, the way I see it, right now, we should have multiplayer games in the rotation, but it should be hot new stuff. So, guess what? This Friday, Marvel Rivals comes out, and it is its take or its spin on, you know, like Overwatch, but with Marvel characters. Now, I played this beta over the summer, and you guys liked when I covered the beta, so I think we'll do more of that starting Friday. We'll probably play it all day, and we'll play all these different characters and see how the game plays, right? So that should be fun. But outside of that, I think what I should do is focus right now on games where I need to make progress in them, and I can interact with you more. So games, for example, Bloodborne, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Stalker 2, those are 3 games right now in the rotation that are single-player style, and I can talk with you guys and hang out and make it more of a social event, rather than me being hyper focused on the multiplayer of a game and not being able to focus out with you guys and having a good time. So I get it. Like, I'm seeing the patterns. People are basically saying, we want to chill with Phil. We don't want it to be all about you just playing the multiplayer game right now. We want to actually relax and interact and have a good time with you. All right. So I'm going to do that. Okay. Now, the other thing. All right. Right now, what's been happening these last several streams is people wait till the absolute last minute to contribute and continue the streak. And I appreciate that. But what's happening is that's now creating an atmosphere where it's like last minute competition. And I'll give you a perfect example. Here's what happened last night. 35, 40 minutes left on the stream, only $10 in contribution. So I stopped playing Street Fighter 6 and I sit down and said, let's just talk. So we start chatting and we're having a good time. Of course, there's a bunch of trolls because they all want to see the streak end, which is not going to, right? It's not going to end, but they're morons and they believe this. So they're here and obviously they're talking shit and everything. So I'm banning a bunch of them while I'm hanging out with everybody. And we're down to like the last 15 minutes. And a big contribution comes in that boosts us to $100 in support. So now there's $50 left, okay? And I say to everyone, all right, guys, there's like 2-3 minutes left. And then what happens is someone tips $50, someone tips $25, someone gives 5 subs, someone gives 5 subs. So now we went from, oh, we're not going to hit the goal to going way over the daily goal. Which, listen, I'm not complaining. Why would I? But the problem is it all came in at once at the end. And maybe some of those people will be like, oh, man, well, I would have saved it for tomorrow on a streak when maybe he needs more support to keep the streak going. But now it all came in last night. See what I mean? Basically, what I'm trying to get at is I understand that there can be an element of hype and an element of suspense and an element of excitement waiting till the end of a stream to support it. But at the same time, as you can see, it's becoming counterproductive because now it's becoming the whole last 30 minutes of a stream. I just have to sit here and talk with you rather than be able to focus on a game. There's no element of relaxation or focus. You know what I mean? Like, it's always in the back of my mind, oh, we're going to hit the streak, and I got to keep mentioning it because if I don't, we probably, we won't hit it. And then everyone rushes in at the last minute, and then it ends up kind of being, oh, no, well, I should have saved that for tomorrow. Well, too bad. It's too late now, So I'm just going to throw it out there. If you are going to support the stream, please just support it. And please support it when you can, but sooner the better. Because I actually feel bad now that we're actually going over. It's been like 3 straight streams where we've actually exceeded the goal. And I'm like, yeah, but we probably wouldn't have if it wasn't last minute and everyone throwing it at the last second. You know what I mean? Like, I'm totally happy with just hitting the goal. Listen, exceeding it is great. I make more. But I don't want it to be that everyone's doing this last minute every day. And then, it ends up this big mess. Everyone's stressed out. It's just not a chill vibe, right? The whole idea is that we want to relax with each other and having a good time and not make it all about, oh, last couple of minutes to hit the goal, right? So if you are someone who is going to support, okay, please do it, but please do it as early as you can. Like right now, if you're on this stream and you're like, well, I'm going to support the stream, but I'm not going to wait till the last minute. I'm going to ask you to please rethink that mentality because what's going to happen is, again, it's going to get down to the wire. Everyone's going to be stressed out. No one's going to be able to focus on Bloodborne or relax or have a good time with the game. And then last minute, we're going to be sitting here and a bunch of people are going to rush in and then it's going to be the mess again, If you haven't noticed, on the days that we hit the goal early, there's been some days where we actually hit and exceeded the goal during the podcast. Those end up being the best streams because then the rest of the stream, let's just focus on the game. Let's just interact. Let's just have a chill time. And that ends up being much better than having to say, hey, well, now we're coming to the end of the stream and we only had so-and-so support and FYI, I don't like doing it. I just don't. I just don't like doing it. But the streak continues. It's a stressful thing, but it continues. And I'm grateful for it. I'm very appreciative that you guys are supporting my content every day. So you know the deal. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, subs, gifted subs, and tips. All appreciated. All count towards the streak. Please support the stream if you can. And please do it as early as possible. That way we don't get down to the last second. And then everyone's oh my God, is it going to happen? And then a bunch of stuff all comes in, and then it ends up being like way over. And, you know, here's the thing. Like, I understand that I'm not ungrateful at all. Like, it works out for me. It literally works out for me doing like that. But I would much rather have consistency and longevity than just last minute rush and chaos every stream. You see what I mean? This reminds me of back in the day, the vest streak. And that people would try to do it last minute. They would literally wait till the end of the stream to contribute on purpose. Because they wanted to see if the vest would hit, or, you know, it was like, well, I don't want every stream to be about that. I don't. I'll tell you right now, today I'll be playing Bloodborne. I got to focus on that. That has to be my focus. It can't be worrying about a streak or a goal or anything. I got to focus on Bloodborne. The game's tough enough, right? 1 minute slow mode is a little extreme. Would you consider changing it? What are you talking about? 1 minute slow mode? You think 1 minute slow mode is bad? 1 minute slow mode is incredibly lenient. What other slow modes could I do in the chat? Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. It's supposed to be 10, not 60. It's supposed to be 10 seconds, guys. There you go. That was an error. I'm sorry. Thank you for calling that out. That was a complete error. It was supposed to be 10 seconds. That's on me. Probably I was setting the stream up last night and I goofed because, again, this is a new setup. I got to get used to it. That's on me. I apologize. I'm very sorry. 10 seconds is what it should have been. I always use 10 seconds. That's my fault. Sorry, everybody on YouTube. Okay. Yes, I'm a dunce. I'm a dunce. I'm sorry. Okay. So, by the way, let's see if Kick is working. I went over to Kick. It said I had 1 viewer. Now it says I'm offline. Now it says I'm streaming. Wow. Kick is weird. It said I was offline. And then now it says I'm streaming. I don't know. Anyway. Super Bonchan says the chaos intention is content. Why not lean into it? Content is views and donos. No. Listen. That's what I'm trying to say. Super Bonchan, do you understand? It actually benefits me. It does. For there to be stress and for there to be suspense and for it to wait till the last minute to actually hit the goal benefits me. Because look what happened the last 2 or 3 streams. What's happened is, boom, at the last minute, everyone contributes and now we go way over. So it actually does help me. But you have to understand something. It's not sustainable that way. Because I can't be sticking around, staying extra time every single stream. I can't. Like I told you guys, the whole idea here is that I'm actually trying to leave the streams earlier to spend time with my wife. Like right now, my wife has to get up super early to go to work, which sucks. You know, she works this retail job and her hours got earlier for the holidays. So I got to get out of here. I can't be sticking around extra late every night. So that's what I mean. Like we've got to get it to the point where it's more about, hey, if you're going to support, you do it earlier so that way I can get out of here on time to spend time with my family. You know, it'd be one thing if I was like 26 years, 27 years old. I had no life, nothing going on behind the scenes, and I could stay extra. It's not like that anymore. You know, like I want to spend time with my wife. There's very stressful stuff here behind the scenes. I want to spend time with her, and I can't because I'm stuck in here. You know, it's definitely been stressful this last week with this PC migration. Every day there's new stuff arriving, and I'm trying to get it working. And last night, I told my wife I would be out of here earlier, and I couldn't because I had to move the PC over here and get it working. And, you know, then stuff wasn't working. I'm like, oh. But, by the way, Jasper Kitty really likes the new setup.